Take two.
This is Stephen, the Disney Drago Robinson. You're watching the one and only Sport Icon. Bow!
Okay, so about 20 minutes ago, as of me recording this video, Tyson Fury puts out a social media post doing a complete U-turn on the Anthony Joshua contract situation. Where originally he said on Monday, 5 PM, that's it, we're done, we're moving on. Now he's saying that Frank Warren has convinced him to allow more time to get things sorted out, get all the contracts fully sorted out, and then signed. We get the fight on for December the 3rd, Fury versus Joshua for the WBC World Heavyweight Championship lineal, for those who put stock into that one. But Tyson Fury saying things like, well, he's allowed full transparency. Well, you're supposed to give full transparency. You're supposed to. That's the nature of boxing, especially the mega fights, right? He says how he's allowing Team Anthony Joshua, i.e. Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, to be co-promoters of this fight. Yeah, much like Deontay Wilder's PBC allowed Tyson Fury's promoter, Frank Warren Queensberry, to be co-promoters of their first fight. Much like in the rematch, Wilder Fury Part 2. The PBC, Top Rank, and Queensberry were all co-promoters. In the third fight, even though Tyson Fury was 60-40 split in his favour as champion, the PBC were also co-promoters, right? So again, it's not like he's doing some kind of favour, but again, that's business sense. If you want to drive through more numbers, well, Eddie Hearn is going to help that, isn't he? He's really going to help that. Not that this fight needs too much selling, of course not. But it's just other bits and whatever else. Now, for him to say that he's been convinced, well, to be honest, Queensberry, Frank Warren, and Tyson Fury all knew that the public were not happy with Tyson Fury's behaviour. They weren't happy. People recognised the fact, well, you're given a deadline. Even Frank Warren wasn't happy with the deadline. Nobody was happy with him coming out saying Monday 5 PM, or that's it. His fans, even his own fans, I'm seeing comments every single day. I'm a big Tyson Fury fan, but that's just ridiculous. That's a blatant duck if he walks away at this stage. Days have already gone. What's wrong with adding a few more days? You know you're going to be fighting December the 3rd. Get into training camp. Whether the contract's signed or not, get into training camp. The fighters can go do what they're going to do. They know they're going to be fighting each other. Just let the teams deal with everything else. BT Sport, ESPN, and DAZN, they're all happy to be working together. That's great. So there's not too much left to do, is there? And if somehow the fight did fall apart and it wasn't Tyson Fury's team's fault in any way, shape or form, well, Tyson Fury could have given Frank Warren instruction to say, well, I'm preparing for this 6'6", big, strong, orthodox fighter who punches hard. If that fight falls apart, then you get me somebody who is 6'6" or thereabouts, a strong lad, and can punch hard. Whether that be a Joe Joyce, a Martin Bacoli, or a Arsenbek Makhmadov, whatever, okay? That will be the replacement. Either way, that's the kind of fighter that I'm going to be training for December the 3rd at the Principality Stadium in Cardiff, Wales. So, basically, the fans understood what it was that Tyson Fury was doing, and it backfired on him. He had no choice but to back down. The fans were not having it. His own fans were not having a potential Tyson Fury versus Manuel Charr. They weren't having it. I did a poll only, was it yesterday or maybe the day before now? 92% said they weren't going to buy the pay-per-view and they were not going to go to Cardiff, Wales to watch him take on Manuel Charr. And I'm not the only one who's been doing polls, and these are not the only results that are very, very similar. 92% were saying no. The other 8% who's saying, well, I might watch the pay-per-view, but I'm not going to go to Cardiff. Mixed with, yes, I'll go to Cardiff and or I'll get the pay-per-view. Personally, I think that to those 8%, which is Tyson Fury rimmers or trolls, whatever, okay? But 92% weren't having it. So your plan to get Anthony Joshua to a position where you didn't think that he was going to accept backfired on you. Where you tried to pull out the whole deadline thing. It backfired on you. You have no choice but to fight Anthony Joshua because the public is not going to accept it. Because they understand, or at least most people understand, that there's more to a contract than just agreeing a split for the rematch if it comes to that, and the date and the venue. There's more to a contract than that. There's much more to it than that. There's a broadcaster rights. Anthony Joshua could get sued to high heaven from his endorsements, sponsorships, whatever. Everything has to be straight in the contract. Everything has to be straight. So it's not like Tyson Fury is doing a favour within the contract. Now, he's doing Anthony Joshua a favour in the sense of he didn't have to offer him the fight in the first place. We can all agree on that one, right? And nobody out there should be saying Tyson Fury had no choice but to offer Anthony Joshua the fight. He did. He didn't have to offer him that whatsoever. So we do have to give him huge credit. But has it backfired? You betcha it's backfired. Now, as far as who's going to win the fight, listen, at the end of the day, whether Anthony Joshua is mentally battered right now because he's come off 2 back-to-back defeats and whatever else is irrelevant. It's irrelevant to me right now. At the end of the day, if Joshua and his team accept this fight, then it's on you. That's you telling me that you're ready for this fight, that you're ready and you're confident. If you're not ready and you're not confident, then you shouldn't be taking the fight. Simple as that. So if Tyson Fury goes in there and destroys him, well done, Tyson Fury. Congratulations to you. I'm going to be going back and saying, well, Anthony Joshua, he weren't quite ready and he shouldn't really have took the fight. No. Now's your chance. I'm not ready for the fight, or you are ready for the fight. If you are ready for the fight, sign the contract. If you're not, then don't. That's what I've always said, right? Anyway, Tyson Fury has said that more time will be given to get the fight over the line. As I said before, there's no reason in the world for them to be pulling out at this stage. If the basics are agreed, if the platforms are agreed, which sounds like they are, then just let the teams do their job. I'm sure George Warren and Frank Warren were pissed off with Tyson Fury for doing what he done. And I'm sure they're tired of dancing to the tune of Tyson Fury acting like an absolute old woman. The biggest diva in the history of boxing. Tyson, you have no choice but to take this fight now. If you don't take this fight, if you back out in any kind of way, the public will hang you. It will be a public execution, is what it will be. They will not accept you fighting anybody but Anthony Joshua at this stage right now. It's gone too far. It's gone on too long. That's the reality of it. You had no choice but to get back into talks. You had no choice, or you may as well have just retired. Anyway, I'm sure the fight will now get signed. Both parties won it. So well done to Frank Warren, Queensbury. Well done to Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, Joshua, and Tyson Fury, of course, for getting this fight done. Okay, because it does sound like this fight's now done. Okay, it's just going to take a case of signing it. And yeah, Tyson Fury was saying there's no reason in the world why this fight can't be signed today. Well, I don't know about that. Obviously, now it's got to go with the legal team and all that kind of stuff. Both teams are going to have drafts. Both teams are going to have to agree to it and then finalise the contract. Can that be done today? Listen, we all know how lawyers work. Okay, they drag things out just so they can make more money. That's how they do it. So hopefully not. But even if it only takes like another week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever, still get yourself in camp. Both fighters still get yourself in camp. You know you're going to be fighting each other. You know you are. If everything is agreed and both of you want the fight, there's no reason in the world why you can't have already started your training camp. Already got your sparring partners in and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.